You can get the song Ganesha's Journey and other mantra tracks at JasonGallant.ca.
Anyone that has lived for any period of time has dealt with some level of negativity at some point in their life. You know, whether there is bullying, whether there's slander, whether there's rejection, you know, these are all forms of negativity. You know, they're not outright abusive or violent, but sometimes they can be hurtful or emotionally damaging, you know, so there's different levels of negativity, right? But assuming that we're dealing with the emotional level of negativity, okay? I'm not talking about, you know, you're in the middle of a war zone and just try to transcend it by sitting in meditation and then bombs are dropping left and right to you. No, at that point, get out of the war zone, okay? But what I'm speaking about now is the emotional negativity, the negativity that causes you to judge yourself. You know, today I want to point you towards the fact that you choose to put meaning on that negativity and believe it, okay? And sometimes the negativity that we receive in this life is a gift, because then people will really show you how you actually believe that same stuff about yourself. Right? When somebody says you're ugly, and then you're like, oh, you know, I feel so bad because they called me ugly, and then you are forced to actually face your own judgment of yourself. So that moment you sit with your own judgment and you decide to discard it. That's the real work here. You actually decide that that doesn't mean anything to me. Whether I'm ugly or not, that's all about of opinion, right? That's people's opinion. It has nothing to do with the truth. And as a spiritual seeker, you are seeking the truth first and foremost. You're not seeking opinion, okay? So if you have an opinion that is saying something about you that is causing suffering, as a spiritual aspirant, you are seeking to discard that, okay? That's what this is about. So if you're seeking of ways to torture yourself, I'm the wrong guy to be talking to, okay? I'm the wrong guy to be watching on YouTube. Maybe you should be watching somebody else about self-torture and how to, you know, 5 tips or something like that, because that's not what I'm here for. You know, God knows there's enough suffering in this world. We don't need more of it. But if you want to perpetuate some more, well, hey, go ahead. But the whole thing is that there is so much negativity in the world. There's so much negativity from human beings because there are so many people that are in suffering. So because they judge themselves so harshly, they start to judge you so harshly, and the cycle just continues, okay? So in order to undo the cycle, in order to finally put a drain on that suffering and all that crap, okay? A big toilet bowl, okay? What you do is you start to see through the illusion of it and undo the tie-ups of negativity. That dark energy. You can call it dark energy if you want. Somebody's throwing dark energy at you, it's because they don't know how to recycle it themselves. They don't know how to rid themselves of it. So that's why a lot of spiritual masters got tormented. Is it because they're full of illusion? I don't think Jesus was full of illusion, but the fact is that the reason why these masters became tormented at certain points in their life is because they were a bigger drain than the people that were throwing the negativity at them. They had a bigger drain, a bigger recycler. A bigger energetic recycler. The point is that if you wish to become free of negativity, you need to first stop any thoughts that are believing the negativity that is cast at you. The fastest way for a demonic possession to happen to you is to believe in demonic possessions. The fastest way to feel that you are ugly is to believe that there's such thing as ugliness. The fastest way to believe that you're a horrible human being is to believe that there's such thing as horrible human beings. Any belief that perpetuates your own suffering has to be discarded. And you continue to work on this, and you will fail. You will fail over and over again. But I'm all about you being happy. You know, and this is a continual process. This continues to deeper and deeper and higher levels, you know. I am by no means done this process. This is a continual exercise, okay? So ultimately, when somebody throws negativity at you, the first thing you do is you throw out your thoughts about how they are right. If they're insulting you or saying something harmful or hurtful, they're bullying you some way, first things first, you totally disregard everything they're saying. It cannot be true. And you sit in your own bubble of self-love. And that's the trick, isn't it? When you don't have that bubble of self-love, then it's so easy to fall for those negativities that are thrown at you. The truth is, these people that are throwing negativity at you are actually giving you a gift. They are showing you your own opinions about yourself. They're showing you how you really believe those things. Because if they hurt, somehow it's almost like they're echoing something that you planted a long time ago and you believed. And as human beings, we all have those things. And we work on discarding them on the spiritual path. We work on dredging them up. Sometimes they're in the mind level, and the heart level, and on the body level. And they really are nothing more than identifications. They are ego. They're saying, I am this, or I am not that. It's still ego. It's still some level of identification. If you say, I am a shit, you know, I am a horrible being, that's still ego. You know? It might not be a pleasant ego, but it's still ego. It's still an identification. And this is what you are discarding on the spiritual path. So when negativity is thrown at you, realize, oh, okay, there's another place I've identified. You know, I've identified with being a physical body there, or I've identified with being a person that looks this way. I've identified with being a man or a woman. I've identified with this. I've identified with my achievement in the world. I've identified with my sexuality. I've identified, you know, all these things have to be let go of. The identification doesn't have to happen. The idea of who you are doesn't have to happen in order for you to be who you are. So I hope this helps you a little bit to deal with some of the negativity that's out there in the world. Because the truth is, we all planted it, and now we're dealing with it. Okay? Maybe it's in past lives, maybe, I don't know, you know? But the fact is, now what do we do about it? This is the grounded approach. I'll be very Saturnian now. Now what do we do about it? We start to recycle it. We take accountability and we start to work towards recycling this energy of negativity. We start to own our own opinions about ourselves and let those go if they are perpetuating suffering. And then by doing so, the outside will start to mirror this. And yes, it takes time. It's not an immediate thing. Hey, I'm such a pretty person. I'm such a pretty person. And somebody's, hey, you're ugly. It takes time, okay? So just be patient. Life will make you very honest. You can say one thing, but what you really feel will be shown to you. I'm here with you anyway. I know it's tough. So I hope that helps. Take care for now. Thanks for supporting my work, and I also want to let you know I also have another YouTube channel called Jason Gallant Music, and there I will be uploading meditation and music tracks, and feel free to listen in, and you can also access those tracks on my website at JasonGallant.ca in case you want to download them for your iPhone or iPod or something like that. Okay? So thanks again, and I'll talk to you soon.